So injury-wise, so Cashman with the hamstring won't participate today. Alex, not injury-related, won't participate today. Frank will have his normal Thursday off. Limited will be Elfline with the shoulder, Fant with knee ankle, and Perryman with the shoulder. So those guys will be limited. Everybody else is full. So we're, George getting back today. Hopefully everything goes smooth. He feels good. And then, hopefully we can get him ready to go for the game.
Adam, do you know when you'll have some clarity on Alex Lewis?
Hopefully today at some point, today or tomorrow.
So there's a chance he could play Sunday.
I mean, I can't say that right now.
Adam, this is I know he's on the injured reserve, but did you guys ever get any further clarity on the MRI from Bless Austin? And is that something where he's likely done for the year? Or are you hoping you'll be?
No, I do think there is. I mean, I talked to him yesterday. He's feeling a lot better. Because it was strange kind of how that went down. I don't think, because I was asking him when he did it. He thought he goes, I think I did something in the game. I didn't feel anything. And then when we went to practice on Wednesday, all of a sudden he just got real tight on it. And then he really lost a lot of movement. And that's when we took a massive step back as far as like, okay, something's up. And a lot better now. His range, his neck movement, and everything it's gotten a lot better. But I mean, that's why that was. I mean, that caught me off guard a little bit too, because it didn't seem as bad as kind of what it was. But that was a big, like, after the fact type deal of like game. We had multiple days, and then all of a sudden that popped up. We thought he was all right, and then it just, when we got him back out there, just he didn't feel right.
Hey, Adam, just wondering with Frank Gore, I think he's on about a 200 carry pace, which he hasn't done in a few years. Any concerns about, wearing him down to the ground as he gets to the home stretch here?
No, I mean, we're going to just keep trying to rotate those guys as well as we can. I mean, the flow of the game is really kind of, it doesn't always go as smooth as you want. I think with the amount of games we got left, I feel good about it. I mean, watching him practice, I mean, you can't tell. I mean, I know you weren't here yesterday, Rich, but it's a long drive. But he still looks pretty good in practice.
Adam, you had such high hopes for you and Sam, both when you came in here and then entering this year. You're now in December of year 2, and, I think by any reasonable measure, it hasn't really worked the way you hoped. Just how disappointing is that for you, that you guys are still kind of at this position where you're trying to figure it out?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating for both of us. I think he's tried to do everything he can possibly do. I mean, it's hard to control the injury situation this year. Last year, also like mono. I mean, if you're in Vegas, that's not one you probably bet on. No off season, short training camp. Would have loved to have a lot of that time to work with him on that. A lot of different things, and then things didn't go quite the way we wanted them to early in the year, and it just kind of snowballed on us. The fact that he keeps coming to work, grinding, trying to fix the things that he has to. I've been impressed with his work ethic. Is phenomenal. He's just trying to get things as right as he possibly can. Create that chemistry as much as possible.
How good is he, Adam? Hold on, can I just have one follow-up, Connor? How good is he, Adam, at tuning out everything? Because you said before the coach and quarterback get a lot of the focus, and there's been a ton this year on him and on his future and what's going to happen here.
He's been good about it. We've had conversations about just focusing on the moment, not worrying about 2 weeks from now, 5 weeks from now, 4 months from now. Control what you can control, which is preparing for the game and on Sunday performing well. I think that's easier said than done, obviously. And at 23, it's probably, you can say, yeah, I got you. I'm sure it's probably way harder than what he portrays. But he does do a hell of a job of other guys. If there is, if he's worried about anything, he doesn't show it. He does a good job of staying focused on his job.
I don't want this to come off as pointed or anything like that, Adam, but when you look at Sam and you hear about the kind of talks in the Trevor Lawrence talk, the Fields talk, the Jets potentially need to get a new quarterback. I mean, the fact that Sam's in year 3, second year with you, and he hasn't taken that next step, do you take that personally at all? Do you feel any specific way that kind of he hasn't taken that next step under your tutelage?
Yeah. I mean, it's, I came here to help him develop his career. And, we haven't been able to do that. And, that's why every game is so important, is keep trying to help him grow, keep trying to help him, develop and see things the way that he needs to see them and play the way that I've seen him play in certain games. At the same time, that's what's frustrating sometimes about the quarterback position is you do need 10 other guys to do their job as well. It's just like when he throws one of those really good balls and, we have a drop, that's frustrating because it doesn't seem like a big deal. But for us right now, it's like one little thing and it stops a drive and we got a punt. Like those things, it's like the momentum shift. It's some carrying throughout the game. We need to do things well, around him. But at the same time, it's on me to get him to play better than what he's played. And, right so far, I haven't done a good enough job. I have to just keep trying to help him, keep trying to, help our staff put together good game plans, Dow and myself, we just keep trying to work as hard as we possibly can to put him in the best position possible.
Adam, you mentioned earlier with Sam the no OTAs, no preseason. Every team's had to deal with that, and actually that was thought to be an advantage for you guys because you guys had a year together under your belt, whereas some teams were starting with a rookie quarterback or a new coach who are in some cases are thriving. So, I mean, how can you use that as a reason when everyone?
I'm looking at it more, Rich, as the guys around him. We had a massive change out in the O-line. Would love to have been able to. Because to me, it's all encompassing. I'm not trying to use that, Rich. I'm not trying to use that saying, hey, it would have changed. I'm saying it would have been helpful. With the receivers getting Mims going. Who knows? Does that prevent him from pulling a hamstring and missing 8 games? I don't know. I just know every rep when you're a young player is valuable. That's why I like OTAs. I like training camp. I like the preseason games. There's a lot of things you can get worked out. The last thing you want to do is try to work through things throughout the season. It's just, it becomes glaring when you make mistakes in real time because it affects, win-loss, and if you can iron some of those things out when it doesn't count as much, when it's in a practice, that's really where you want to get them ironed out. For us, it's affected us, just like it has probably affected a lot of other teams.
Adam, as an offensive guy, everything we're talking about here, Sam hasn't thrown a touchdown pass since September. I know he's missed some games, but how much does that surprise you? How much does that bother you that been that ineffective?
Yeah, it's frustrating. For him personally, I'm sure it bothers him, knowing things like that. I look at it as, we got to do a better job as a staff. We got to put these guys in the best position possible, and then those guys got to go execute. It's on all of us. We all have to do a better job, and we have to find a way to, one, put the ball in the end zone, especially this last game. That is the way our defense played. It's like I feel like we wasted a good defensive performance.